took a hell of a risk. I made a hell of a game. I made a hell of a play. Yeah, I had a hell of a game. I took a hell of a risk. I made a hell of a game. I made a hell of a play. Yeah, I had a hell of a game. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up. Fuck it up, fuck it up, fuck it up.
All right. Do not adjust the dial. Do not adjust the dial. Also, do not adjust the screen, okay? You on the right website. Yes, indeed. This is BlvdAve TV. I am your host, Old Man Logan. To my left is the boy,
B. Daniels.
And to his right,
B. Daniels.
Gas Station B. Not Car Wash B no more?
Hey, whatever you want to call me, as long as it ain't nothing derogatory, we rocking with it.
All right. That works for me. All right. We are doing another episode of BlvdAve TV. We have a special guest in the building. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, sir?
Yo, I'm Sonny Trill. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Trill, what's poppin'?
Man, Trill Smith is what's popping right now.
Hey.
All right. Yes, sir. Long time coming, sir.
Matt, you know what? I was just saying that the other day. You was honestly one of my first day one supporters from day one. I appreciate that. So shout out to you, man. For real. Absolutely.
No doubt. And likewise to you, man. I was telling the fellas, I said, me and him talked about a year ago. We was trying to make something happen for the Chauvinist Pig podcast.
Yeah.
Never really worked out, scheduling conflicts and things of that nature. But I made sure, I came back around and got you on BlvdAve. So.
Now, it worked out just the way it was supposed to work out.
Absolutely. Because now we got this joint to talk about the EP.
Yeah,
yes,
Trill
sir.
Smith. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. So we got a couple of questions here for you, Sonny. You know what I'm saying? You ready to get into it?
Let's get it.
All right. So, first question is, who is Sonny Trill?
Oh, man. Sonny Trill is a rapper, a songwriter, just an all-around artist from the south side of Chicago. I grew up mostly in Hazelcrest, though, which is a south suburb, a little bit, east of Harvey. So, started doing music. I probably started rapping when I was like 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. I started taking it serious probably about 4 years ago. So, It's been a career for me for about 4 years now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what made you get into music?
I just loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, music is everything to me. Like, me and my brothers, like, that's all we did. Like, we played sports and we listened to hip-hop. That's all we did. And not even just hip-hop. My mom was big on the Temptations. Mm-hmm. It's my favorite movie of all time. Marvin Gaye, I was in love with
checking for you, Otis.
Right. I was just a huge music fan, man. I'm just fascinated by it,
Okay.
That's what's up. All right, so let's say there's somebody out there that never heard of Sonny Trill. How would you convince them to check out your music?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I feel like my music moves people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It really gets people moving, gets people up, it gets people dancing. It motivates people. I know a lot of people that hit me up all the time saying, "Man, I listen to you when I'm in the gym all the time," and it really just gets me motivated, gets me pumped up. So it's really something that people can embrace and kind of use it to help push through the day. You know what I mean?
Cool. All right. That being said, who would you say are your top 5 rappers of all time?
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go Pac. Definitely.
Why?
Pac is just, as far as what he did for the culture, just as a whole, you wouldn't have guys like Wayne. You wouldn't have rappers with tattoos everywhere, the nose ring. You wouldn't have the thug life attitude without Pac. So I feel like he really, not only did he inspire that, the revolutionary side behind Pac. Pac was real big on, the black community. So I feel like that's something that, really started a movement, in my opinion. I think some people have kind of taken that and ran with, like Kendrick, for example, Cole. You wouldn't have artists like that if it wasn't for Pac. So that's why I feel like he's my top. 2 would be Eminem, just because lyrically I think Eminem is just a giant. You know what I'm saying? 3 would probably be Nas. Now I always say Nas is like the heart and soul of hip hop. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I really feel like he embodies that. 4 would probably be Jay, and I'm gonna say because Jay has always been the most authentic.
I like this list. So
you gotta have Jay because Jay is able to transcend so many different fads and still be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never heard a Jay-Z verse from this era was like, why is he on this? Like, he has some way of just like fitting everywhere, and just his business mind. How he's taking his company to the next level. I mean, I feel like everybody can learn something from him.
Right.
And 5 would probably be Bump J.
Didn't think that was coming.
I respect that. I'm not gonna argue it though.
Yeah, and Bump is just personal for me. Like I always loved rap, but I didn't want to rap until I heard Bump. Like I just the way he used to like his delivery, like he had a street flow, but he was like witty with it. You know what I mean? I feel like nobody was really delivering street rap like that. And then the type of movement he had in the city of Chicago, he had every gang messing with each other. Yeah, that's something like I feel like definitely the city of Chicago doesn't have anymore. Like there's no unity at all. But I felt like you had some unity with Goon Squad. Yeah, because you had people that were able to who were into it with each other, but they can have events and still have peace. They can come together and just for the time being, be able to coexist with each other. I feel like Bump had a lot to do with that.
Because them heavies got to the table.
That you know what I'm saying? like for real, like they got to,
they was on that co-op. They hey, look for this event.
That's what I'm saying.
He was making noise, man.
Yeah, I just definitely feel like he was like I said, I remember Power 92 used to play whole hours of his music. And I knew all his freestyle. I knew everything.
DJ V-Dub.
V-Dub, and I used to rap just like him. Like when I first started rapping, the same like cadences, everything was just like Bump. So I mean, I could go on all day, but those are my solid top 5.
That's dope.
It's a nice list. I like that.
So you was on 10 when 4 Phones come out then.
Oh, man, bro, was I?
I heard that. I had to play that like 5 times in a row.
Man, bro, that I think Block Party is my favorite. Him and Sly was a dog.
Sly P was nice.
Sly was a dog too, though, bro. Yeah. I think a lot of people slept on Sly. Yeah. They were saying Sly was about to get signed by Rockefeller.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was. I remember hearing about that. He was supposed to get signed there.
While Bump was out away.
Yeah. No.
That's when they was
during.
During. We know Bump was over there with Ye and them. Yeah. They was going to end up James was signed. I remember that.
Yep.
But that don't surprise me though, because Chicago rappers or just Chicago people as a whole, like we kind of get a respect that we don't really give each other here when we go outside of the city.
Right.
You go to New York. You from Chicago?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
South by Southwest, everybody from Chicago friends with each other.
Yeah.
Like when they get back, it's like, I don't know you.
Right.
Like, all right, cool.
Man.
Yeah. It's funny like that, but we maneuver through it regardless.
So, coming off Bump J, who sounds like one of your influences, who is your other influences in hip hop and other music genre?
Outkast, definitely. Man, I just feel like Outkast, they were just different. You know what I mean? And they really embrace being different. And I'm real big on embracing being yourself. So Outkast is one of them. Of course, 50 Cent and G Unit. I was big on that growing up. Dipset was really big. Dipset was the bandanas, bro. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Dipset was big for me. Ludacris was really big for me. I really liked his dynamic flow. You know what I'm saying? Right. That was big for me.
Luda, would you say Luda slept on a little bit? I mean, he's kind of respected, but not like he should.
He's very slept on. People don't forget he sold a lot of albums.
Yeah.
Like he's got a resume. You know. I think people
and it's quality too.
Yeah, it's quality. I think people see the acting and forget Luda used to really get busy.
Right, he used to get busy.
I think Luda did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do. He made his music and he went out.
And he went and he got out.
And got it when he's supposed to.
I agree with that.
That's what I like about Luda a lot.
Yeah, he understood what time it was. You know what I'm saying? He got the bag now. He got the right bag now for acting and stuff. So
right.
Y'all seen him hosting award shows and stuff like that.
Everything.
Attached to a franchise that won't die.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So I mean, I can go on all day about. I'm influenced by a lot of people. Travis Scott, one of my influences. Kendrick, definitely. Mac Miller was one of my influences.
Right.
Rest in peace for him. I remember when it was at that freshman class, 2010 and 2011. Like Big Sean and Nipsey and Wiz and all that. Right. Like that was huge for me. Like that's really what, like I said, what made me want to rap. Though. And that's when I really started really recording music. It was around 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, with the release of your EP, Trill Smith, what do you expect your listeners to get from that project?
Man, bro, I think they gonna turn up to this one, man. There's a lot of energy on it, man. Like it's bangers on there, and it's back to back, and it flows. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving them bangers on it. Of course, I'm giving them bars on it. I'm always give bars no matter what. I may not always be as lyrical as the next, but I'm definitely hitting them with some bars. So get a taste of me. I think the problem I had for a long time was trying to decide whether I wanted to go strictly lyrical or do the turn up music. So I kind of went back and forth for like a whole year on what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and it's interesting you said that because me and P was listening to your records and we could not figure out what this sound was. We're like, well, maybe it's just his own lane because it was like the Young Thug turn up kind of feel, but then it was also like it wasn't mumble rap. So
that's exactly what I was trying to do though. Like I wanted to give people like me. And I think that's why I'm so happy with how everything turned out. Yeah. So I honestly feel like I perfected my own style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you can't sit here and say, "Oh, Trill sounds like this" or "Trill sounds like that." Like, "Oh, that's just Sonny Trill." So I feel like if I did that,
we definitely couldn't pinpoint it. We was like,
"Nah, I appreciate that." No, that was definitely like what I was trying to do with it. So
so that's cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you reference your crew as the new Wu-Tang on one of the songs on Trill Smith.
Yeah.
So who all is a part of Hula Gang, and why do you feel like you guys are the next Wu-Tang?
Okay, so Hula Gang started off, I was in a group with him actually called EI Gang, right? And then we ended up breaking up, not on no malicious, just he started doing film, I had other guys doing different things. So long story short, I kind of came up with the name Hula Gang as a kid. People used to call us hooligans. You know, people would see how we would dress and how we would walk, like just walking down the street and just assume one thing about us, not knowing that we were intelligent people. We going to school, we had goals. So Hula Gang really is just an organization of positive black men, not just musicians, not just artists, but I got guys that are in law school or do work in the corporate world. It's just a conglomerate of black men that's trying to push the culture forward and be positive.
That's dope.
I like that. That's dope. I like that.
Appreciate it. So, so it's me. It's a bunch of us. I be all day trying to name everybody, but it's artists too. Shout out my homie Sonny Trill. He's an artist that, you know what I'm saying, we trying to get him back in the fold, but we working on that. And I'm also part of another collective called Y'all, Young Alternative Lifestyle, which is me, Gritty Fresh, Tony Famous, Rich the Pit, and Lord Apollo. We kind of just formed within the last year. Okay. So me and we all been kind of, moving together and doing shows together, but just a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of different things. But I always want to stay positive and build each other up. So which is why I'm big on like organizations and people coming together because that's important to me.
Word. Because I saw Rich the Pit actually on one of the songs. I'm trying to remember the name of the song.
247.
Yeah.
Rich is he's from Detroit.
Okay.
He's been out here for a few years, but Rich a dog, bro. Like when it comes to the bars, like I would love to see him battle because he brings it, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so do you feel that you fit in with this new age of hip hop that we got going on? I know that's kind of a loaded question.
Yeah. Yes and no. I feel like as far as the sound, like the production, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, this fits, but you're not gonna hear me like being like super depressed or really like promoting like heavy. Don't get me wrong, I drink, I kick it. You know what I'm saying? I smoke weed every now and then, but you're not gonna see me just drug, codeine, and I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's stupid that you even do that. Like, if you got, mental health issues, I feel like it's other ways to deal with it. I mean, music is a therapy in itself.
Definitely,
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, you'll never hear me like talk about stuff like that. Like I said, the sound may sound trendy or whatever, but I'm gonna talk about me and what I go through and what I know.
That's what's up. Cool. Top 3 albums.
All time?
All time. Doesn't have to be rap.
Oh,
because I hear you say you like old school music, you like all of that. So give me your top 3 albums all time.
Get Rich or Die Trying. That's one of them. Get Rich or Die Trying is one of them.
That's an album a lot of people don't even mention, but
I don't know why.
For some reason, yeah.
I might ask why. I'm just waiting once he get his thing.
Definitely. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Classic.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
Just that's some personal why it's in my top. I'm trying to. DMX is my other one. Probably it's Dark and Hell is Hot. DMX. Yeah, my brother put me on the X when I was a kid, and I was X was a dog.
Yeah, Monty put me on.
It's kind of hard not to mention X, especially that album because
he's in my top 10 though.
Yeah,
he wouldn't crack my top 5, but he's definitely in my top 10.
Yeah, that album was just kind of like it was special, man.
Yeah,
I remember it takes me back to high school because I was a freshman when that joint came out, and it was just like it had the whole school like everybody running, getting fresh batteries. They running their batteries out. You know what I'm saying? Hitting JJ Peppers up like, yo, I gotta listen to this track. And then X is coming. When I speak, you better listen. I was like, oh,
it was something new. Like,
X did it.
It was on another level.
Yeah, you never heard nobody rap with that much passion before.
Right.
That's what I used to like so much. Like his raw passion that he had, and his performances was wow, bro. Like he used to really like embody a performance. So that's something that probably, like I said, I can go on all day about albums too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But
all right, so why we kind of see why you like, you know what I'm saying, it's darker and this hell is hot, but why Good Kid, Mad City, and why Get Rich or Die Trying?
Get Rich or Die Trying. It really, like I said, it was one of the reasons why I wanted to rap. Bump was kind of coming out around that time. 50 was coming out around that time. Mm-hmm. It really just made me look at music like, man, I want to do this the rest of my life. This is something I really want to do. So that's why I say that. I just remember thinking back to that time. That's all I used to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was Get Rich or Die Trying. That was like the soundtrack back then when I really decided I want to do music. Good Kid, Mad City, because I related to the title. I was never like a street dude, but all my cousins that grew up out west, like they were involved in the streets, and I had a lot of relatives that were involved in the streets. So I saw it firsthand, even though I wasn't involved in it. I could tell you about it because I saw it firsthand. So I really think that resonated with me. And then X, just because, man, like X made it okay to like really like wear his emotions and heart on the sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's something I really want to start to do more with my music. I feel like I open up a little bit, but I feel like with each project that I put out, it's almost like I'm an onion. Like you just got to peel back each layer. So with the Trill Smith EP, you pull back one layer. It's okay. We know a little bit about you. We want to know a little bit more. Next project, we're going to peel back another layer. We're going to just keep going until people really know, like, okay, this is who he is. And people get to grow with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you feel is your best song thus far?
Ever?
Yeah, just since you've been recording.
I'm sure a lot of people would differ on this, but fuck shit. Okay. Fuck it up, definitely. Because I feel like overall it really embodied my sound. It has the trap vibe to it. I got the bars on it. The delivery is me. And then I kind of touch on like what I went through as far as, me being depressed about what I wanted to do with music. It's a line in there where I talk about conquering the pain. And that's what I really was going through. And I feel like Fuck Shit was the first song I recorded for this project. And it really helped me like get over the hump. So I feel like that's probably the most quintessential song like I've written so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
You said Eminem was your favorite. Well, your second favorite, top favorite. So with this white on white beef going on,
I love it. I'm all here for it.
So you feeling it?
I ain't gonna lie. MGK was getting busy, bro.
Hey, man.
Hey, as much as it hurt me to say that, I feel like he cut one on him. Like, he definitely got a shot on him.
Yeah, it was well put together.
It was well put together. I mean, it was believable. You know what I'm saying? About what
it was put together so fast. I don't understand how he did it that fast.
He was ready.
I wonder if he was ready.
I wonder if he was, too.
That album dropped Friday.
Yeah,
he was out Sunday.
He was ready.
I think he was ready.
He was ready.
I think he was ready.
I think he was ready.
Like, why you just throwing an album out for nothing?
Because
like,
everything he used was like basically kind of past Eminem.
Yeah.
So it was like it was perfect fitting. It wasn't like
I think that just might have been on ice, man.
Yeah. It had to be on ice.
It had to be.
It might have been, but
it was jamming though. Cause I ain't been checking for MGK in a minute, and I heard that.
I used to listen to MGK when I came. I'm like, whoa, bro did this, like,
right.
I mean, but I think it was dope too, cause like, imagine if your idol like dissed you, like, how would you come at your idol? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, just to even diss your idol, that's gotta be tough enough as it is. So, I mean, I tip my hat to him. Like, I was rocking with it.
Do you think there's gonna be repercussions for MGK for that diss record?
You know what? I want to say no. It's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel like Eminem has anything else to prove. Like, what's the point?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like, he's done so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? If I was in his shoes, I just don't see what he has to gain from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we know you can rap, bro. Like the world knows what you can do. Like, why do you still feel like you got? I don't want to be 40-something years old trying to prove I can still rap.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, if that's what it is, y'all can have that, bro. Like,
see, that was the thing though. Like, I don't know why he feels that way, because it's like nobody ever questioned that M's capability.
Like, ever.
You know what I mean? That's never been questioned. It's your content.
Yeah.
And that's where, you know what I'm saying, the problem lies. It's like, bro, you don't have boy band groups to beat up on anymore.
Nope.
Like, you don't have the Christina Aguileras, the Britney Spears.
You can't
anymore.
make fun of gay people.
You can't do that, right? You
That's
will get
just
smashed in this era. So it's just like, what else are you gonna bring forth?
I feel like dissing the youth was a cop out. I feel like that's the route some rappers. I just don't feel like why you even worried about it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about what they do. Like, do you?
I feel like it was a cop out, but at the same time, I think he said what a lot of older rappers do want to say, and haven't said.
I agree with that.
So he kind of just was like, "Look, I'm gonna throw it on my back, and I'm gonna put it out there like, yo, y'all all fucking suck.
Yeah,
who gonna come try me?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's also like why, like you say, why? Because the older rappers,
none of them gonna try them.
None of them, no. They thought about making their money. Because if you look at like Run DMC, never came at nobody. No. You know what I'm saying? So like, why are y'all doing it?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At the same token, nobody said Run DMC had a whack album.
I mean, that's true.
Eminem doesn't like to be challenged or I guess
disrespected. But who came at him?
Everybody that heard that last album.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about.
Oh, you talking about?
As far as disses, who came at him?
Nobody.
Right. So
stupid.
What's the point of doing that?
They still know what he's capable of.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's his feelings got hurt about that last album.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's that's something he dealing with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's anything that anybody else really did. 'Cause like I said, like, a lot of these kids ain't already said, like, we're not finna respond to Eminem. How?
Right.
How can they respond to him? You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
Yeah. I didn't think MGK had it in him though. Like,
I was really shocked. Because I used to listen to him in college, but like, I didn't think he had that in him.
That in him? Nah.
Yeah.
You don't go from Wild Boy to that.
Let's talk about it.
To that. And I was like, ooh, these were punches. Like, he was punching him, bro. Like, yeah.
So we briefly talked about, you know, the comparison of mainstream artists to your sound.
Yeah.
So if you had to compare yourself to someone that was mainstream, who would it be?
I always like to say, like, it's maybe like, maybe like ASAP Ferg, but like a little more lyrical, just because of the high energy sound.
Yeah.
I always like to kind of throw that little comparison out there, but it's really hard for me to try and.
I know P, he mentioned Meek Mill.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
For the energy?
Yeah, for the energy.
Yeah, like when I started flowing, yeah,
that's a good one.
It's funny because I used to have a really laid back delivery, and then my engineer
Like on
was
some
like,
May shit or?
No, it was I used to be kind of like smooth with it, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I got a light voice, you know what I'm saying? So people may not feel it, you know what I'm saying? So I really got to project, you know what I'm saying, when I'm rapping. So, yeah.
All right. So, do you feel you have any qualities in your artistry that sets you apart from everyone else? Like, what's that one thing you have that sets Sonny apart from the rest of this era of hip hop artists?
I think my performance. I think I'm the best performer in the world. Like, period. Like, especially in the city. Like, it be dudes that say, "Oh, I'm the best," and they still rap over their vocals. Like, nah, bro. Like, nah. I feel like I'm one of the best performers ever, bro. I can't wait till I got a big enough budget so I can really put some shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause I got so many ideas. But I think I love performing, bro. Like, I feel like that's one of almost as much as I like making the music. I love performing and seeing the reaction on people's faces when you perform it. There's no better feeling. Yeah.
That's something I haven't really heard artists coming up speak about, like performing and
I think it's a lost art. You know what I'm saying? Especially like
it kind
now.
of is.
You know what I'm saying? Because people now, they just show up to the club, they play their song, and then that be it. But like, I mean, I feel like you can make money all day if you can put on a show. You know what I'm saying? Sell tickets. Like, that's bread and butter all day. So I really want to, like I said, I worked on my performance set for like a whole year. And just how to perform and how to control my breath. Because I'm energetic, so you know I'm going to lose breath. So I worked on trying to control that and everything. Right. So, yeah.
And I like to see an artist come and, like, put on a show. Like, we was talking about it on a couple of episodes ago on BlvdAve Radio, how Hove just kind of like does this box thing. You know what I mean? And it's like you amazed because it's Hove, but it's like Hove really just in that little pocket. He you know, ain't no theatrics, ain't no running around.
He not gonna kick no leg. He finna, but it works for him though.
It does because it doesn't work. We don't want to see that from nobody else. We let Hove get away with it.
Yeah. Right, nobody else.
But it's so much swag into it. Like he'll walk to the end of the stage and he'll backpedal across to the other end.
Jay just got an aura about him.
Yeah, that's what it is.
School, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, that's what it is.
And be shouting niggas out in the crowd all the way in the 300 level.
Yeah.
You see their faces. I'll be like, how does he know these people up here?
Yeah.
But back to the music, man. If you had the opportunity to work with any heavy hitter producers or artists in the game, who would it be and why?
Oh yeah. So this gonna throw y'all out. Ryan Leslie.
Hell yeah.
No, they don't throw nobody off.
I think Ryan Leslie is so cold to me, bro.
And he cold on the production too.
Yes,
like,
bro. Like I feel like he's so underrated. Like Ryan Leslie is somebody I would definitely like work with. I think Travis is dope. I would definitely probably work with Travis. Who else? I'm starting to like Tay Keith a lot. For some reason, I'm starting to like, I don't know if it's just because it's sad, but I'm starting to like Tay Keith a lot. London on the track, of course, I think he would fit my style really well. I would like to work with Ye on production, but I'm still kind of on the fence about Ye.
Yeah, I was too. I saw some recent tweets, and you know, it sounds like he's trying to do the right thing.
I'm at the point where I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I was at with it.
You can talk it all you want, but I mean, you gotta, gotta show me.
Definitely.
So, but I mean, I applaud him for at least taking the steps to apologize. But I'd rather you show me you sorry than, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So being that you said before we get to the next question, you said Ryan Leslie.
Yeah.
Favorite Ryan Leslie track and favorite Travis track.
I thought Ryan Leslie killed that Fly Together joint with Red Cafe.
Oh, okay,
yeah. And then I remember when it came out, like maybe 2 weeks later, they showed a in-studio video of him making that, and he just gets in there and he plays every instrument.
Right.
Yeah.
Played the drums, got down there, they went to the keyboard.
Getting trumpets delivered.
Played the
keyboard.
Right. He had some brass instruments come in, and they played it like that was just so dope. So Fly Together and Travis Travis. Ooh. I like that joint he had with him and Justin Bieber, Maria. Maria. Maria.
I don't hear it no more. I think they took it off.
So they just put it back.
Okay, cool. Because I
don't know if it was like some sample clearances, but he just tweeted like a week ago saying they put it back on iTunes.
Okay, cool. Because that's my shit, man.
Yeah, Maria was cold. Yeah.
Okay. So right now, what are some artists you enjoy listening to?
Kendrick, of course. Chance. I listen to a lot of Chance.
Tim, we need that question right now. You say Kendrick.
I get to it. I got you.
We need it.
Yeah, Kendrick, Chance. Like I said, Travis. Listen to a lot of Cole. Who else do I listen to? I've been listening to this artist named Sheck West. He from New York. Sheck West. Yeah, he I was listening to a Travis song and I heard him on it. Sheck West. I mess with Ray Shrimber a lot. I think they're really talented. I think they're really dope. I like Black. Yeah, I've heard of Black.
Yeah.
Black is really dope to me. And Tory Lanez probably. Okay. That's pretty much my playlist right now.
All right, so I gotta ask you, man. I got this question.
Oh yeah, let's go.
For all Kendrick fans, I got this question.
Please.
So, Damn. What are your thoughts on Damn?
I thought Damn was dope. You ain't like that?
How dope?
Right.
His dopest.
Different levels of dope.
No, I don't think it was his dopest.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna put. I slightly put To Pimp a Butterfly above Damn. Like it's like this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because like I like To Pimp a Butterfly for the funk element. Like I really thought that was really dope how he did that. Damn was more of a commercial album to me. It was really commercial, and I understand why he went that route. But it was a little bit more commercial in my opinion. Good Kid, Mad City will always be top. Section 80 will be second. To Pimp or Butterfly third, and then Damn will probably be fourth with me. But I really like Damn a lot though.
Okay, you saying all the right answers.
That's what we want.
Yeah, I really. But as far as like overall, like Damn is like that commercial album that's supposed to take him to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Damn was.
And I feel like that's what Damn was. It was so many people when it came out that were just acting like, oh, it's just this amazing body of work, and I'm like, nah, knock it off. Like, how could you say that after listening to Pimp a Butterfly? Mm-hmm. Like, how can you say that after listening to Section 80? Like, Section 80 is blowing Damn out of the water. Yeah. You know, and that's some of his first initial recordings. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I have to ask that question when people bring up Kendrick because on Show the Speaks we had a big
I can be 100 about it.
Yeah, we had a huge debate.
Damn is like I said, I think it's a dope album. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely think that was like his commercial album.
And that was all I was trying to say. But they were coming across. I guess it was coming across to them that I'm not a Kendrick fan, and it's like, no, it's not that I'm not a Kendrick fan. I expect more from Kendrick.
Yeah, no, I definitely think Pimp a Butterfly and all. I put them above Damn.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's that he gave less. I just think that's not his lane, and that's not what we're used to hearing.
Yeah. And then, like you said, it's more commercial for anything. So he just wanted to, I guess, push something out there. Yeah. But other than that, he gave us the realness in the other three albums.
Yeah. No. And I felt, and that's what in essence, that's truly how I feel about it. I say that's the album where you get all the commercialism because that he didn't get on To Pimp a Butterfly because To Pimp a Butterfly wasn't for everybody.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody that he isolated on that album, it was like, all right, come on back. Yeah. Come back to the party.
That's what it was. That's what it was. I think that's why people gravitated to it the way they did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that album was more for everybody. To Pimp a Butterfly was for like, us.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep. No, I agree with that. I'll be 100 about it.
Okay. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. So, do you have any interests or influences in music that lies outside of rap or hip hop?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, are we gonna catch Sonny listening to some Lenny Kravitz? You know,
Lenny is dope. Lenny is dope to me. John Mayer is really dope to me. Carlos Santana is like a really big influence for me. I remember when I first got introduced to Carlos Santana, like 7th or 8th grade. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that did it for me. Like, I wanted to be a Hispanic guitarist. Bad as hell. Like, I wanted to play the guitar bad. My mom was like, "No, you didn't pay for these drums. You can't have that." But Carlos Santana was really dope to me. Trying to think who else. I'm trying to think of some executives that really. I think Quincy Jones is really somebody I look up to a lot. I look up to Top Dog a lot from TDE.
Yeah.
I look up to Top. I read a lot of different articles and researched a lot of his work. Like Top, like Top is the man, bro, because he took these kids at 16 and 17, you know what I'm saying, and molded them into what they are today. Like, I thought that was really dope.
He's the new Aftermath to me.
Yeah, no, he is, because it's you don't see a lot of people that take artists at 16 and still have them at 29.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They done moved on and went to this and did that, but he's taking that core and taking them to new levels. Like, I respect that a lot. You know what I'm saying? And his business mind at the same time too.
Yeah, cool. Agree, 100%.
So, do you have an ultimate goal in the music business? If so, what would that be?
Yeah, I always tell myself my goal in music is to impact the culture. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, no matter if I'm still rapping, if I'm an executive, if I'm creating content, whatever I do, I want to leave my mark on the culture. I want people to look back and say, Trill was a huge influencer and he did this for hip hop or he did this for the culture. So that's my main goal. Like I said, even if I don't rap 2 years from now and I get into something else, like, I want to impact the culture more than anything. That's why I always, not only do I just do music, like, I'm always trying to, keep my eye in on fashion or keep my eye in on television. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, let's be real, we can't rap forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to have, our hands on everything pretty much. Like, that's just something I always wanted to, do.
It's a good way of thinking.
Yeah, and just independency as a whole. Like, I feel like, especially in the music business, like, a lot of artists don't make any money because they just don't know the business. They don't own anything. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to, like I said, leave my mark on the culture and establish, my own independency so I can help others.
Dope.
What's your dope? So what's your thoughts on the current state of hip hop?
It's good and bad. I say it's good because I think in this day and age, you can really make a lot of money if you make the right business moves and start, reading up on the business. Like, it's a lot of artists, like especially these young kids that are able to, just blow up overnight on SoundCloud.
Right.
Like, they don't understand how much power they have. These white dudes in these offices don't know what's popping.
Right.
It's impossible for them to know that.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like if artists coming up understand how much power they have and learn how to harness that power and use it to their advantage and don't let other people take advantage of them, then they'll be successful. So that's why I say it's good. But it's also bad because they're able to blow up so fast, because they're they take off overnight. A lot of times,
too soon.
Yeah, and they get taken advantage of, or they just can't handle it. They may not be mature enough for the situation, or mentally they may not be able to handle it. So I think that's kind of the scary part of it. But yeah, man, we just gotta educate people, like especially when it comes to reading contracts and all that, because what did they say? Rap made $12 billion, and artists only made like 3% or something like that. I seen an article.
Yeah.
Like
that's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Like, because we're the ones who create the content, we create the industry, and we only
made 3.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah, like I said, it's good, but we definitely got to start taking back our own. For
sure. Alrighty, so on Trill Smith, we're gonna get back to the EP.
Yeah.
You got 2 skits on there.
Yeah.
That have recordings from the late great Pimp C.
Yeah.
And your idol, like you just said again, Tupac, man.
Yeah.
So I want to know why, for those 2 skits, did you choose those 2 gentlemen?
So for the reason I chose the Pimp C quote, I got older siblings, so I was exposed to like a lot of music before me. So I used to listen to UGK, 8Ball and MJG, Ghetto Boys, Bone Thugs and Harmony. I really am influenced by the Houston music culture. Like I just love it, like everything about it. So I thought it'd be wrong that have an album called Trill Smith and not have a Pimp C quote on there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Since he was such a big influence to me, so that's why I chose that. And then I chose the Pac one. Just like I said, Pac is one of my idols, but that hook just really meant something to me. You know what I'm saying, when he sang that. So like I really felt like I wanted to put that on there just because of that.
If Jay Prince, you better come check him out.
Yeah, tell him did y'all read his book?
Nah, I didn't get a chance to read it.
Nah, I haven't either. I heard it's really good though.
Yeah, it's on iTunes.
Yeah,
it's on there. Oh yeah, the audio version, right?
Yeah, audio version.
You know, I'm gonna start.
So much conviction to it.
I'm gonna start listening to that.
Yeah, definitely.
My bad. What should we expect from your Sonny Trill performance, aka the Trill Show?
Oh man, the Trill Show is high energy. I'm rapping my ass off. It's gonna be a lot of crowd participation. You're gonna see some jumping around a little bit, but it's gonna be an overall good performance. You're gonna see showmanship. You're gonna see lyricism. You're gonna see bars, and like I said, just overall, just great energy. Like I feel like after I get off stage, people have this feeling like, oh man, that was really great. I want some more of that. Like I want people to have a good time more than anything on my shows.
Right.
So they come back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got a question too. If you had a budget, whatever, what would your show look like?
Oh my God, what would my show? First of all, let me tell you, we would definitely be in arenas like the UC. I definitely want pyrotechnics. I always want to incorporate like a visual to go along with the whole show.
Right.
Like maybe record like some type of skit, or you know what I'm saying, record some type of visual thing to go along with the show. I need smoke, I need lights, I need everything, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Bring out guest performances, all that. Like I'm not, like I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, hold back at all.
Okay. So you're getting the whole shebang. You're getting a nice experience at the end of the night.
No, I just feel like it's just so important. Like, have y'all ever seen This Is It?
Yeah.
Man, did you see how he is with his show?
Yeah.
Like
that was gonna be an amazing show if he got to do it, man.
That was so inspiring to me. I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
You know that's how I always feel about concerts. I said, I don't want to go to a concert unless it's a show.
Like, man, I'm a huge concert goer.
Yeah.
I go to at least 4 a year, and I love it. Like, yeah, that's my thing.
All right, so your video for Fuck Shit.
Yeah.
Seems visually inspired by the franchise movie The Purge.
Yeah.
So why or what other movie could serve as inspiration for your next video?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I haven't really actually thought about it. I kind of like wait till I hear the song, and then it kind of like when I first did Fuck Shit, the first thing we thought of was Jameis Hampton right here shot the video actually.
Okay.
Shout out to him. Yeah, that was the first thing that came to my mind was like the Purge will be really dope for this. So I don't know. I haven't really figured it out yet. That's a good question, but I'm sure something will come to mind. But I definitely want to make my videos stand out because I feel like nowadays people just get a camera and they just shoot a performance scene.
Yeah,
and I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Bringing it back how I used to.
Yeah. I want to put some value into the videos. I think it's important. Yeah.
Where they go and get the hottest stripper they can afford to get for the.
They rent out that little corner in Red Dot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They get the fake ones out. Yeah, that ain't really me.
That's okay.
Yeah,
So what's next for Sonny Trill and the Hooligan?
Oh man, I'm actually starting to work on the second project already.
Okay.
I got a title for it and everything, so I want to do that.
Is this a full project or another?
No, it's gonna be full.
Okay.
So I'm looking to do like 12 to 13 songs. It's gonna be called Revenge of Immaterial. So like I said, we peeled back that first layer. So now we gonna peel back another layer and really start to get into the thick of things. Like I feel like I got a chip on my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I definitely feel like I'm underrated in the city. So I always feel like I got something to prove. So I'm really out here to try and prove something to people that overlook me.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. So that being said, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Next 5 to 10 years, I'll definitely be independent. I have my own label and publishing company off the ground, hopefully, and I'll definitely be on tour somewhere. Yeah. I'm not looking to, like I said, labels is cool, but I already know what they do to people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they had to come with a pretty big bag, or the contract got to be right for me to do something like that.
Right.
So
I feel it.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you say that too about just the independence part of it, because a lot of artists, I don't think, like you said, a lot of them don't know what comes with signing that contract. You know, you probably signing all of your rights away just because of they putting 50,000 in front of you.
Yeah, did you see what the New Edition said? When they got out of their first contract, they signed a paper and gave away all of their publishing. They don't own any of that.
Right.
All of it.
That's a travesty.
They don't own any. So even when the movie came out, they don't own none of that. They can just perform and make show money. Like, I don't ever want that to happen. Right. I got hits just sitting out there. I can't, you know what I'm saying, recoup the money from it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Like I said, that's why I said I idolize Top Dog, because, you know, Top built his label up from the ground and now he's got a huge distribution deal. Like something like that type of situation would be ideal for me. But I definitely, like I said, want to, you know what I'm saying, really learn the business. Like I said, that's what I've really been doing the past year while I was working on the project. Just reading up and studying what I can learn about the business, because that's a major part of it, more than people know.
Yeah,
so,
it definitely is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Invest that money, y'all, into something before you go and buy that Benz. That Benz is appealing, but what
having that Benz and more.
Yeah.
What the great hoes say, copping chains is cool, but what's more important is lawyer fees.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. These shorties go to jail every other week. Man.
Can't wear that chain in jail.
Right.
At all.
All right. Well, Sonny, I want to thank you, man, for coming out.
No, man, thank y'all. I really, this, like I said, a long time coming. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the questions y'all ask. You know, sometimes I do these interviews and they just be like, you know, so I just appreciate the in-depthness while I'm able to articulate. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I really appreciate that.
We doing our due diligence to try to make sure that BlvdAve TV stands out when it comes to the interview. Like, we don't want to just ask the typical questions. I mean, some of the stuff you're going to get, I'm sure, is, you know, typical tropes, but we do our due diligence to go in depth and really go into the mind of the
man, that's the most important part. I appreciate that.
Man, this has been a great interview for a rapper that I've heard in a while, by the fact of all the things that you say you want to do.
Thank you.
And stuff, and I really appreciate and like that. And I hope you get it, man.
I appreciate that.
I hope you get to that lane where you can take over and do your thing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Wishing you the best.
I appreciate that.
All right, man. I didn't put it on the docket. I forgot I was,
it's all good.
Getting my teacher on, but P wanted to hear 16, man.
Put a beat on.
Put what you I do some you got that Magnolia instrumental, I do something to that.
Let's see.
Or I can just do an acapella.
I mean, however you want to go, man.
Let's go.
I'm sure you can get that on YouTube.
Yeah, you pull it up.
Let's see. YouTube probably gonna flag us, but we out here. It's all good.
Get somebody that did a remake of it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay. Zuzi on the track.
Okay.
And this is the first.
Yep.
BlvdAve exclusive.
Let's go.
Yep. I got realness, I got trueness all inside my DNA. I want millions, I want buildings on inside some TNA. I'm the bomb like TNT, plus I got dry like DMVs. Little bright life in the highlight, show my high life on TV. Plus I win again like Warriors, go gold in every state. Guarantee my team gon' eat these, not no ordinary place. Not no ordinary person, I'm a legend just like John. They go over every word I spit and dissect every line. You fugazi boy, you crazy, think you ever gon' compete. Understand Lieutenant Dan, that means I never know defeat. That's a bar you gon' get later, call a favor for the free. I'm at war with every star, watch I go Vader on the beat. Try to box that bell, won't save you, I go Slater in that ring. They can't bear it, they so green, boy, I went Vader with my team. Don't know why you look so sharp, boy, I went Taser with this thing. Call a ball when I ball and give a Laker girl a demons. Ooh!
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, here I go, son. This is trouble with it.
Let's more people in that joint.
Sonny, go ahead, man. Give them your social media information, bro.
Yeah, man. Follow me on all social media. Sonny_Trill. That's SONNY_Trill. TR. I promise I'm gonna follow every last one of y'all back. Trill Smith is in stores right now on every music platform you can think of, man. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. Give me feedback. All feedback is welcome. And just go out and support, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout out BlvdAve TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, there you have it, ladies and gents. This is BlvdAve. I'm your host, old man Logan.
B. Daniels.
Gas Station P.
All righty, we got another one in the books. We'll catch y'all on Friday.
All right.